The Washington Commanders might be one of the hardest teams to rebuild in Madden 24, having a few good players, but a very old roster overall. So today, I am going to be taking on the challenge of trying to make this a good team by the end of this video, and possibly even win them a Super Bowl. We will have to see. But not only that, we are going to see how the career of Jayden Daniels pans out, at least for the next 4 or 5, maybe 6 years. So this is going to be an interesting one. So get your drinks, get your snacks, get whatever. And super quick, this was the voted team in the comments of the last video by a pretty big amount. So apparently y'all really wanted to see this one. But now 2 teams done in the NFC East. So let me know down in the comments if we should do the Eagles or Cowboys next. Neither of those teams need a rebuild, but you know, this is the series where I rebuild every team. So we're gonna do it. And expect the next video in the series out on Friday. But if you want to see it even earlier than that, let's see if we can get to 900 likes on this video, and it'll let me know y'all want to see the next video in the series. Plus, leaving a like really helps out the channel. This sounds stupid, but it really does. I would very much appreciate it. And subscribe for more. Trying to hit 10K by the end of the month. You know, if you like rebuilds, that's all I do on the channel, literally. Oh yeah, and also subscribe to the main channel. Link to that in the description. That's why I only do one of these videos per week, because I'm usually busy doing something goofy over there. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild. And like I said, this could be a very, very hard one. But let's see how we do in year 1. Let's get to the midseason point. Okay, we actually aren't horrible. We're 3-4 at the midseason. We'll take it. Now, really, I don't think there's much for us to do here, so I don't really know what the point of me going to the midseason was, because we don't really have any re-signings yet. I mean, there are a few, like, players I signed, like Otis Reese. So nothing there, but so far, I've said it so many times, but the Commanders' offense in Madden is very good. I'll just put that out there. We have a top 10 offense this year at the midseason. Our defense is even solid. We're number 2 for yards on offense, too, with only 77 overall offense. But all right, that's all there is to do here. So let's get to the end of the year, and we will see. This is going to sound insane, but let's see if we can make the playoffs in year 1. I doubt it, but with how we're playing right now, I mean, we are on pace to make them. I mean, not necessarily, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. We have good stats. Okay, we do make the playoffs in year 1, going 10-7. That's insane. I should mention that I think the Commanders are my lowest overall team in my custom rosters, and we made the playoffs with them with no issue. We went 10-7. It wasn't even like particularly close, because the Eagles also made it at only 9-8. That's something. But Jayden Daniels had an insane rookie year. 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, only 7 picks. Now, I don't want to be super negative about the Commanders, because I know it's going to be a lot of Commanders fans watching. I'm just going to say this is surprising. I guess it could happen, but also this would be like the best rookie QB season ever, so probably not. But Brian Robinson was also very good. 1,200 yards, 4.2 per carry, 19 touchdowns. Now, Austin Eckler's unfortunately probably going to eat into his workload in real life, but I think if Brian Robinson played a whole year, he would do something like this, probably. Terry McLaurin, 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Luke McCaffrey as a rookie, 800 yards. 800 yards for Ben Sinnott. The blocking was much better than I expected. Cornelius Lucas was bad, but even then, he wasn't that bad. And then on defense, Bobby Wagner, 114 tackles, TFL 17 for Armstrong, 14 for Payne, and sacks. 12 for Frankie Louvu, 7 for Jonathan Allen, 4.5 for Armstrong and Fowler. Frankie Louvu, sometimes he's terrible in this game, but sometimes he's like one of the best pass rushers in the game. So hopefully we can get that, and that's what we're on pace to get so far. I do think he will be really good for the Commanders this year, though. I think the Commanders could have a very good defense. I'm just worried about their offense, which even then they have pieces on offense. I just don't love the O-line, and it's very unproven. And then for interceptions, 2 for Wagner, Davis, and Forrest, and then 1 for a couple players. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. No Jayden Daniels up here as a rookie, unfortunately. I thought he would be. Brian Robinson at number 4 for Offensive Player of the Year, though. Terry McLaurin at 8. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons, of course, as it always does. Frankie Louvu at 6. I'm surprised he's that low. Well, I don't know. That's fine. Jayden Daniels at 3 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jonathan Brooks and Caleb Williams beat him out. Jonathan Brooks? Didn't Chuba Hubbard start? I guess not. But Jonathan Brooks wasn't even that good. He had 1,000 yards and 18 touchdowns, but only 3.8 yards per carry. Just got a lot of carries and barely hit 1,000 yards. That's really stupid. What? That wasn't even necessarily like good rookie year. Jaden Daniels had an amazing rookie year. This game, man. And what? Am I missing? Oh, the Bears still have the stupid quarterback rushing offense. Okay, sure, whatever. But also, Jaden Daniels was definitely better than this. I mean, Caleb Williams totaled more yards, barely. But also, Jaden Daniels had more touchdowns, the same amount of picks, and a higher completion percentage. That's so stupid. What? Whatever. Nobody up here for Defensive Rookie of the Year, obviously. This is a certified EA moment already. We made the playoffs with the worst overall team I have, and Jaden Daniels got beat out by two, like, way worse performing players. Awesome. But we are going to be taking on the Cowboys in the wild card. We have a playoff rivals scenario here. We will go chess match, I guess. I don't know what to pick, so that's what I always pick. And then we have a first of many scenario already. We will go play it cool. Y'all know me. I thought about using Dan Quinn here, but I thought I'd bring in the GOAT, Mikey McDingle, for good luck. You know what I'm saying? But we are going to, of course, play back-to-back games against the Cowboys. We beat them in Week 18, so let's see if we can also beat them here. My guess is no, and we don't deserve to. They have a 5 overall better team, but let's see what happens. We beat them. Why? I want to have this success later on when we actually make this a good roster. I mean, I guess we'll take the win, but I don't feel good about it. What do we get for this? +5 hit power, +5 staff points. Who cares? Not exciting. And then a recap for the first of many, 7 staff points. But now we're going to be taking on the 49ers. We also definitely don't deserve to win this game, but let's see what happens. Okay, we do lose. Not by much, but 35-28. That's like the happiest I've ever been to lose a game. Now let's get into actually rebuilding this team, Madden. And I can't wait to go 7-10 and miss the playoffs once we have a 90 overall team in the future. I really doubt we're going to do anything in free agency just because they're always so bad in year one. So let's get to the draft. But here in the draft, for some reason I was expecting us to have a good draft pick, just forgetting that we did well. So I scouted like some of the top 5 players. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I just assumed bad team, bad performance. I just wasn't really thinking, but we pick at number 27. The Giants have the number 1 pick, but what do we want to do? There are so many different directions we can go here. Oh, actually, please still be here. Please. Oh. Okay, there was a top 5 talent right guard. Is that? No, that says right end right there. Well, that sucks. I maybe should have traded up, but too late now. Let's see. There's also Santiago Peralta, but he's projected to go 3rd to 4th round, so we'll take him at like the end of the 2nd. What do we want to do? What can we do here? Do I just trade this pick down? I mean, sometimes I like picking in this range, sometimes I don't. Oh, William Whitworth has 4.29 speed and ran a 4.26 his pro day. He has elite speed, but only solid acceleration. That's not great. There's also Cam Boston. I like him more. He has close enough speed, but actually has elite speed and great acceleration. I think if we're going corner, we're going to go with him. He also has better man, better player. Oh yeah, he's definitely better. Jeremy Ward also looks good. There are always way too many good corners in Madden draft classes. Now, do we need corner? Maybe. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go with Cam Boston. Probably going to have normal dev, but I think that's fine because he does look really good. Plus, he's only 21 years old, so again, that's fine. We'll take him. He does have normal dev, but I think he's a good overall. Now, we're going to have a lot of young corners, but I think we might move Quan Martin to free safety. Derek Forrest did get hit in dev, though. What if we move Jeremy Chin to linebacker? That's probably what he's going to play for the Commanders. I mean, I'm assuming they were eyeing him as like a Marquise Bell type. We might do that. We'll see. Oh, and also, just while we're here, dev traits. Brian Robinson got superstar. Same with Ben Sinnott or Sinat, something. So that's cool. We'll take that. But yeah, we have a lot of players on defense, so we'll have to figure out where we're going to play them. But round 2, like I said, we are going to go with Santiago Peralta. I think we are also going to do something weird with the offensive line. You'll see. I won't get into it now, but first round talent, only 21 years old. I guess possible that he only has normal dev, but even if he does, he looks really good. So we'll take him. Hidden dev, 91 strength. Sounds good. And then probably the last pick I'm going to show, round 3. What do we want to do? You know what? I might go with another lineman. Dion Beckham looks pretty good. 2nd to 3rd round talent. And can you ever really have too many offensive linemen? You know what? Yeah, you probably can. This team just drafted Brandon Coleman, which I didn't love that pick, but I might just trade this pick away. I might trade it down for next year's picks. I don't really love this draft class. This doesn't look that good. I mean, there were some good players, but I can't find many. So we'll just trade it for a 3 and a 4 next year from the Bears, I guess. I don't know what would be fair, so that works. But okay, here's how we did in the draft. It was decent. Cam Boston is good, 78 overall. Of course, no dev trait, but he's still good at least. Santiago Peralta, I think we're going to play at guard. He's also only 6'2", 6'2", 302, so maybe not, but nah, it'll be fine. I have a plan. He'll be our right guard. And then the CPU picked a pretty good linebacker. I was thinking about taking a linebacker just because Bobby Wagner's old, but I thought against it because, the plan is to move Jeremy Chin there, but I mean, hey, we'll take one. It was the end of the 4th round and we get a 73 overall hidden dev linebacker, so we'll take it. But I want to see how good that guard is because he looked very, very good. Okay, he went a lot earlier than I thought he would. This is the best guard I've ever seen. He is an 86 overall. I didn't know there could be 86 overall guards. I think we just saw an 85 in a recent rebuild on the main channel, but he is already the 3rd best ranked right guard in the league before he's even played a snap. That's absurd. This was a really good draft class early too. Now, by the time we picked, there were no 80 overalls left, but oh no, I think who I was looking at was Johnny Flynn because that was closer to the right range, but he's also an 83. What was this draft class for guards? I mean, even the one we got was really good, just not that good. But yeah, Cam Boston's up here as one of the best players. It looked like he was a mid-first round talent. Well, obviously he was. If Peralta was a first round talent as a 77, now also a 78, so definitely a really good draft class, so we'll take it. But okay, here's a look at the team heading into year 2. It's obviously very similar to last year, but we switched some things up. I moved Sam Cosme to left tackle. We'll see how that goes. I think he was a left tackle at Texas, pretty sure. So I think he's played it before, so it should be fine. I just don't know how comfortable I am with starting Brandon Coleman there, to be honest. And then yeah, the rest of the offense is pretty much the same. And then on defense, also pretty much the same, but we have a good corner now. And of course we moved a few of the DBs around, but it's mostly the same still. But yeah, I moved Jeremy Chin to linebacker. He's really not that good of an overall there though. I thought he would be a little better. He was a 74 when I moved him, and then he got an upgrade point. Oh, he's a really bad middle linebacker. Okay, well, we'll keep him at outside linebacker. I thought that transition would go a little more smoothly. I didn't think he would lose like any overall, but we'll see what we want to do there. But anyways, let's get to the midseason point, and we should actually have some contracts to worry about this year. Okay, we are 4-2 this year. This is going so much better than I expected, and I didn't think this would go too horribly. I know I said it would be like the hardest one, but I'm just talking in terms of like actually having a good overall team. But the Commanders perform insanely well in this game. Now, the stats this year aren't great. It looks like our defense is doing better. Now that it's a lower overall than our offense, this game sucks so bad. Whatever. But like I said earlier, we should have some re-signings to worry about, I think. Okay, Sam Cosme. Didn't they sign him? Did they pay? Hold on. No. Well, he's probably going to get more than this, but we'll go 4 years, 68 mil. He'll probably get more like 4 years, 80. Let's up it a little bit. We'll go 4 years, 70.8. Doesn't take it. All right, cool. Awesome. Derek Forrest will re-sign. He's still only 25 here, so we'll go 6 years, 30. That's a long deal. I wish I could make it shorter, but if I offer this, he will be offended by it for some reason, probably. So we'll go 6 years, 39, I guess, and he still doesn't take it. Whatever. We don't need him back necessarily. And then everyone else, like Tyler Biadasz, I didn't really love that signing, to be fair. He's just whatever. What if I don't really want anyone here back? Do we just let everyone go? I mean, really, the only one I want back is Sam Cosme, and other than that, it's just kind of a bunch of mid. So let's get to the end of the year, and we will see how we finish. But okay, here we are at the end of year number 2, and super quick, question of the day. It's become a tradition at this point. I guess it's been a tradition, but let me know this down in the comments. Let's see, I'll stick to the theme of this division. Who do you think is gonna win the NFC East this year? My guess is probably the Eagles. I mean, probably not good, again, to talk up other teams in the division while I'm rebuilding not that team, but that's my prediction. So let me know who you think is gonna win the division down in the comments. You can say the Commanders if you want to, or just whoever you think will actually win it. Let me know. But here's how the team's looking, and then as for dev traits, I guess we really didn't have many, but Peralta has only stars, so that's unlucky, and we finished 10-7 once again. We are doing way too well. I thought we were gonna regress a lot this year, and to be fair, stats-wise, we weren't nearly as good. Wow, shocker, better team does worse. No way. That's nothing like Madden. But yeah, our defense was just kind of ass this year, and then our offense was just mid. But let's check out our season stats. Jaden Daniels, once again, very good. 3,700 yards, 29 touchdowns. Decent amount of picks with 14. Hopefully you can get those back down next year, because that's not great, but good yards and touchdowns, I guess. Pretty good. Brian Robinson, 1,100 yards, only 4 per carry, 12 touchdowns. He was good. Austin Eckler got a decent amount of carries. Almost 500 yards, 4.1 per carry, 8 touchdowns. I was going to say I wish we just like only had Brian Robinson playing, but, you know, Eckler did pretty well for whatever that's that's worth. But Terry McLaurin, almost 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Not too much outside of him. Our other 3 receiving options all had about 700 yards, or a little over 700 yards. And our blocking, whoa, that might be the least sacks I have ever seen. 14? I mean, I know Jaden Daniels is a good runner and everything, but like, he didn't even really scramble that much. I mean, one of the main concerns with him is he doesn't really like scramble and throw. He kind of just scrambles and then goes. He runs, but you know, I guess that didn't really matter here. He barely got sacked. And then Jamin Davis led the team with 111 tackles this year. TFL's, okay, this is what I was saying about Frankie Louvu, but he led the team in tackles for loss, 15 for him, 14 for Allen, 12 for Armstrong, and then sacks, 8.5 for Deron Payne, who was like 5th last year. Love the consistency. 5 for Jonathan Allen, 4 for Armstrong and Davis. Jamin Davis had more sacks than Frankie Louvu. Frankie Louvu was our number 1 rush end on both sides, for left rush end and right rush end, and he had 3.5 sacks, while he had 12 last year. What do I do with this information? But for interceptions, 2 for Boston, and then 1 for like 4 different players. So yeah, our defense struggled a little bit. Joe Burrow wins MVP here. That's interesting. That's different at least. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk in back-to-back years. No Commanders. Defensive Player of the Year, you'll never guess who win it. You can be not looking at the screen right now. Just take a guess and you are 100% right. It's the same player that wins it every year. Fucking retirement home Deion Jones on the Lions at number 9. That's a certified EA moment. David Katz, that's a crazy name. That's really weird. He wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Vikings. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Edward Stoutmire. The most oralist name of all time? Maybe? No Commanders up here. Really? I mean, Cam Boston, 2 picks, 9 pass deflections, which isn't like crazy in real life, but that's pretty damn good for Madden. I'm really surprised he wasn't up there at all. I thought he'd be like close to top 5 at least, but it is what it is. Oh, and I didn't even notice. Every team in our division had at least 10 wins. I don't think I've ever seen that in Madden. I genuinely don't. The Eagles, us, and then the Giants all went 10-7, and the Cowboys went 12-5. Interesting. I can tell you 2 of the teams here probably don't deserve to do that well, but what else is new? But we are going to be taking on the only 9-8 Falcons in the wild card. I am scarred from the 9-8 record in the playoffs. After this video, if you want to watch another rebuild, go to the main channel link in the description, and I just did a rebuild with only some of the slowest players in Madden. Like, we can only draft and start with like the slowest players possible. And no spoilers, but at the end of the video, we had some not great things happen with a 9-8 team. It's always the 9-8 teams. That's what I said then, and let's see if that's what happens here. Now, we are the worst overall team. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say we have a chance because we are the worst overall team, but the 9-8 team in the playoffs in Madden is just an unbeatable powerhouse. Don't ask me why, because I could not tell you in a million years. But let's see. We, of course, have, you know, all these re-signings to worry about because nobody wants to play for us, apparently. Love that. But Sam Cosmi is more expensive. More expensive now. This is probably more like what he's going to get in real life. 4 years, 81.6 mil. He does take it at least, but it's not cheap. Jahan Dotson, that's an expensive 5th year. This team is going to get expensive. All right. Derek Forrest, I mean, he's not a scheme fit. He's not interested. He's a fine safety, but I feel like we could upgrade. Everyone else, I think I'm good. So let's get into free agency with a decent amount of money to work with this year, and we will see if there's anything we can do. Hopefully. There should be. But here's what we're going to do in free agency. It's interesting, I guess. I mean, it's a decent free agent class. Like, Joel Bitonio's here, Tua's here. I was thinking about Zadarius Smith, but he's a player that just does horribly in Madden. So he used to be good in Madden, but now he gets TFLs, but like I want sacks, obviously. So yeah, we're not going to go for him, but we will go for Joel Bitonio, which could be really cool. I think he's the best overall player here. Yeah, he is. So we'll see. I mean, we have the lead for him. We're the only team with a green offer, and then we'll go for Elijah Moore. I don't know if we really even need Elijah Moore, but whatever. Our receivers are a little thin. We lost like all of them this year. And then I guess we'll bring Derek Forrest back because there isn't really a better safety than him. I mean, there is, but like Micah Hyde's 34, Tyrann Mathieu 33. So we'll just go for Derek Forrest. So let's see if these 3 players want to sign. And okay, we get Joel Bitonio. That was the big one. We're not going to get Elijah Moore. I don't really care. That's fine. We at least still have Mitchell Tinsley as a wide receiver 4, but I definitely do want Derek Forrest back. So does he want to sign? No, I don't think he's going to re-sign with us. He doesn't. He goes to, I mean, we had a higher offer. He just hates us, I guess. He goes to the Bills, who had a lower offer. Why can't I have nice things? But in the draft, we pick at number 22. It's doing the thing where we don't have the background. I don't feel like fixing it. Let's see who, oh, it fixed itself. Okay. But let's see what we want to do. Unfortunately for us, once again, our positions of need aren't that good here. We obviously need a pass rusher. I mean, there's Jason Mann, but he's a really bad run defender. I mean, he has good tackling, but C pursuit, D block shed. Does have A power moves, but I don't know. He screams normal dev like 74 overall or something. I don't know if I want to take that here. But if we don't take him, then what else do we do? I mean, there are like first round talent run stopper linebackers. There always are. We'll probably take one of them later. We could go with another corner. Let's see. There's Chris Reynolds. What's his speed? Solid speed. Okay. No. DeAndre Munford is interesting. Worse, like significantly worse 40 time, but somehow faster than Chris Reynolds, like also kind of significantly. Ooh. Should we go with Greg Forbes? I don't think he's amazing, but he could be like a 77, 76. A man, and then B like everything else. Good speed, but only decent acceleration. I don't know. This is another like not great draft class for what we need. This is where I really wish we kind of did bad this year, because then we would have a good pick at least. I think I'm going to trade this pick back. Oh, maybe not. Devontae Newman. We definitely don't need a receiver, but I mean, with ratings that good, we might have to take him. This looks like a top 5 talent receiver. The only thing is he's slow. I wouldn't even say he has solid speed. I would say solid speed's like 4.46. 4.55 is pretty bad. I mean, it's not horrible for his size, but still, it doesn't really account for that. But I think we'll take him. Just looks too good to pass up. I wouldn't be stunned if he has hit or normal dev, just because there's got to be some reason he's slipped. Like he was a projected first rounder, but we'll take him. Does have hidden dev, only 89 speed, 89 excel, but those receiving ratings, man, he could be 78 overall. We'll see. And now let's hope one of those safeties are still here. I doubt it, but gotta have hope. Okay, yeah, Greg Forbes is still here. Oh, well, we'll take him. Definitely not thinking twice about that. Hidden dev, surprise. I don't know the last time I've seen a safety with hidden dev. 90 speed, only 86 excel, but it's the late second round, so we'll take it. I haven't traded back once in this draft. This feels weird. Or in this rebuild. Actually, that's a lie. We did last year. People always used to harass me to trade down more in the comments, and now I feel weird if I don't trade down at least once or twice per draft. But let's see. Last pick, we still pretty desperately need a center. We kind of desperately need a lot of things, but let's see. Joel LaPierre. I mean, that's an insane combine. I'm not even surprised to see that. It feels like every player's combine is insane. Like, I don't know. Don't love that that's a thing, but that's how it is. But yeah, LaPierre looks crazy. Maybe not too insane, because he is listed as an agile and only has B pass block finesse, but I mean, everything looks good. Everything has the potential to be a B, at least. But he looks solid. He'll probably be like a 73, so we'll take him. Hidden dev, of course. 91 strength, 76 speed, 82 excel. Least athletic Madden center. Good lord. But okay, here's how we did in the draft. It was, okay, it was interesting. So Devontae Newman is about as good as I expected. I thought he would be around a 78, and he is a 78. Just not the best speed, but really good receiving ability. 82 medium route. This guy's really weird. It's almost like he's supposed to be, like, usually it's the playmaker type receivers that have the good medium route. I don't know, that's interesting, but he's definitely not that. He has good carrying, but 71 ball carrier vision, 83 change direction. Not exactly the best rack threat ever, but good receiver. We'll take it. Hidden dev. But Greg Forbes is only a 74. I thought he would be like as high as a 78 even, but he's just not that good. I don't really know why. I mean, his ratings are pretty good, just not the best awareness, I guess. Not like crazy good at anything, but overall well balanced, whatever. He's fine. And then I was right, LaPierre's a 73, that's whatever. And then my last pick, DeAndre Noel, sucks. Why? He's just not good. B finesse moves is apparently a 72. That's awesome. C play rec is a 60. I've seen like 85 awareness rookies. I mean, at a different position, sure, but still, that's rough. I honestly hate how the draft works in Madden. Like, I feel like it could be good. I just feel like there are too many athletic players, and I feel like their grading system sucks. Like, how is a B only a 72? Like, that's bad. I mean, I know it's relative to all the other position, or like, you know, it's the same for every player, but still, it's kind of misleading, I guess. And don't even get me started on the whole like combine numbers to ratings thing. But the CPU did pretty well. Or no, wait, this wasn't my last pick. I took Rivers and Clayton. I remember taking Clayton. Why did I just forget these two players? But yeah, they're both pretty good. And then the CPU picked a really good receiver. I was going to say it did nothing, but I didn't see this guy. 74 overall. overall, we're going to have a loaded receiving core again. No dev trait, because slot receivers never have a dev trait, but he looks really good. So, once again, not as good of a draft as last year, but, well, arguably better, because we did get dev traits this year. We'll see. I want to see, though, there was a really good-looking guard that, of course, got taken before we picked. Yep, Darius Davidson. I focus scouted him. 84 overall. And, of course, he went to the Giants of all teams. A division rival. That's great. Also, there were two 84s. Jawan Metcalf to the Chargers, and then after those two players, the next best was a 79. Just a 5 overall difference between second and third. Damn. But of course, all these guys went before we even had a pick, so that's rough. But we did pretty well, so let's see how the team's looking. But here's a look at the team heading into year 3. We are looking decent. I mean, definitely not the best overall, but with how we've been playing, I mean, this is obviously the best we've been so far. 85 offense. Our defense is only an 81 overall, and it shouldn't be very good this year. It probably will be better than our offense somehow, but it shouldn't be because it's bad. But our secondary is interesting. I kept the corners the same, but I put Jeremy Chin back at safety, and then we'll start Forbes at strong safety. Oh yeah, and also Lucas Van Ness got cut by the Packers apparently, but he's still only 24 here with star dev. He's not great, but he'll start for us, so we'll take it. Might as well. I really don't have many concerns left with our offense. Like, even when our O-line was worse, it played insanely well. That probably means it'll do, worse now, but we'll see. Also, Ben Sinnott got X Factor, so that's crazy. Wait, when did he get that? How did he get that? Did he get like a random preseason? He did. Those are really weird to me. I mean, it's kind of cool, but like, that's cool, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely at an interesting point here. We're like right on the verge of having a really good roster. If we can just sign a few free agents on defense and, have a good draft this year. I don't even know how necessary a good draft is because we've kind of built a pretty good foundation with this team with younger players. We just need some good free agents on defense and we could have a very good roster. So let's get to the midseason point of year 3 and we will see how this team does. Can't wait to be 2-5 this year for no reason. But we are once again 5-2. Well, not once again, but we are once again doing well. And thankfully, our offense is much better than our defense. Now, in terms of individual stats, our defense isn't horrible. Just in terms of yards, it's bad. But we're not allowing many touchdowns. We're getting sacks. We have a good red zone percentage, at least. It honestly looks better than our offense if you ignore the yards. But this year, I already checked. We have a few contracts, and by a few, I mean our entire team. And we only have 125 mil to get Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson, Jonathan Allen, Frankie Louvu, Jamin Davis, Jeremy Chin. I guess it's not that bad, but that's a lot of players. That's like almost all of our good players. But we'll start with Terry McLaurin, who isn't interested, but we'll go 6 years, 163 mil. He does take it. Okay, cool. I'm surprised. Brian Robinson has been all right. He's developed into a good overall here, but like he hasn't been playing that well. He's been good, but in terms of running backs in Madden, 1,100 yards, 4 per carry isn't like that good. I mean, 4 per carry in general isn't great. We'll see though. If he was interested, then sure. I mean, he isn't that expensive though. That's the only thing, but I don't know. We'll see. Jonathan Allen, I doubt he would be interested in re-signing, but it says he is here, so maybe, he patched things up with the team. I don't know. 2 years, 44 mil. He takes it. Frankie Louvu, I definitely do I want him back? He was good that first year, but last year he sucked. Okay, he's doing really well again this year. We're really just using him as only a pass rusher just because I think that's what he's better at. I think he's a decent off-ball linebacker, but I feel like he's a pretty damn good pass rusher. We'll offer him 5 years. This is not cheap, but 5 years, 88 mil, and he takes it. Jamin Davis, 4 years, 40 mil. He takes it. And then, Lucas Van Ness is so cheap that we'll go 3 years, 17 mil. He also takes it. I don't know how he's doing, but he's only 24 and was like 6 mil per year, less than that. So sure. And then everyone else will worry about at the end of the year. Austin Eckler is only 30 at this point. I feel like he's 30 in real life. I don't know. So he must be 29. Yeah, I mean, close enough, whatever. But let's get to the end of the year and we will see how we finish. There's a chance we fall off just because like we have good points per game on offense, but our stats aren't that good. And then our defense could get a little better, but the points per game allowed are already decent. So I don't know if it could get much better. I still think we'll make the playoffs, but it might be close. We will see. But But okay, we finished 12-5. We definitely didn't fall off. Our offense ended up being good, and our defense did get a lot better. Our defense, I guess it didn't outperform our offense, but it wasn't that much of a difference. It is what it is. Okay, this is another certified EA moment. 2 8-9 teams made the playoffs in the NFC, and the Colts went 14-3, and also somehow didn't win the conference. They didn't get the 1 seed. All right, but Jaden Daniels, is he going to win MVP? I mean, I don't think so, because quarterbacks are insane in this game, or at least a few of them are, but almost 4,200 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, only 6 picks, 75 completion percentage. Brian Robinson, almost 1,300 yards, only 4 per carry, though. Like, those are good stats, but, like, even still looking at stats, like, 4 per carry, that's, like, fine, but he got 319 carries. That's 1,280 yards is like the least you should be getting with that many carries. And Terry McLaurin, almost 1,500 yards, 15 receiving touchdowns, not almost 900 yards. He did have 900 yards. Devontae Newman, 6 touchdowns. Not much outside of him. LaPierre wasn't great as a rookie, but the rest of our line held up very well. I'm surprised Sam Cosmi did so well at tackle, because I've played him at right tackle before, and he's been bad, but honestly, lately, whenever I try him at tackle, he's pretty good. So, rare Madden realism moment. And then on defense, okay, I see a few interesting things. Jamin Davis led the team in tackles. Jonathan Allen, 19 TFLs, 14 for Payne and Van Ness. But sacks, 10.5 for Daron Payne, led the team again. Frankie Louvu only managed to get 1 more sack in the rest of the season. He finished with 6.5. 5.5 for Allen. Only 2 for Armstrong, but only 1 for Lucas Van Ness in a full starting season. Almost 1,000 snaps played, and you get 1 sack. That's just disrespectful to me. Like, do better. I don't know. And then interceptions, 3 for Greg Forbes, 2 for Jeremy Chin, and then 1 for a few different players. Definitely an interesting year. I feel like we had certain good stats, but definitely some players underperformed. I guess not too many players underperformed. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. Jaden Daniels at number 5. I've seen him win MVP in this game before. At least the Jaden Daniels I created. The fuck? Mac Jones is the Giants QB, and he was up there for MVP. Only in Madden, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's be real, gentlemen. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to the white boy Cooper Kupp. I don't get to say that much anymore. It makes me sad, but he wins it. Terry McLaurin at number 3. Defensive Player of the Year goes to the Orless man. Edward Stoutmire somehow beats out the god, Micah Parsons. Edward Stoutmire, he must have had like 50 sacks this year, whatever he is. I don't know. Maybe 300 tackles if he's a linebacker, 10 picks, 40 TFLs, something. Speaking of Orless names, James Smith wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. And of course we get cucked. It wouldn't be a Madden rebuild without getting number 2 for a Rookie of the Year award. Devontae Newman at number 2. I'm going to lay down in the middle of the road. I feel like this pains me so much because I'm a Seahawks fan. 2022, Tariq Woolen loses Defensive Rookie of the Year. Kenneth Walker loses Offensive Rookie of the Year, which I'm still pissed about that. That was absolute bullshit. The Woolen one I understand, but Kenneth Walker, that was fucking stupid. He should have won that. I'm not even the most biased Seahawks fan ever, but that was stupid. And then this year in real life, Devin Witherspoon has like a ridiculous rookie year, and he gets beat by Will Anderson, who had a good rookie year, but like, I'm just scarred, man, all right? Greg Forbes thankfully wins Defensive Rookie of the Year to ease the pain a little bit. Thank you. I just realized we have Emmanuel Forbes and Greg Forbes now. That's not confusing. Let's get another chin in the DB so we can have double chin, you know what I'm saying? Or in the DB, that's, you know what I mean, in the secondary. I'm really tired. But as for dev traits, that is almost blinding. That is a lot of silver. We are getting so bad of dev traits. We haven't hit a superstar yet, have we? Okay, well, no, never mind. We did. Just this year, Newman has superstar, thankfully. There's some rebuilds where we get like a million good dev traits and some where we get like 1 superstar throughout the whole thing if we're lucky. It's feeling like one of those. But we have a playoff blizzard here for the playoffs against the 8-9 49ers. You know, 9-8 is scary. We'll see if 8-9 is scary. Probably. Oh, is this the thing where they glide around? Oh, no, he actually stepped. Or wait, no, I think he does it here. Oh, there it was. That's so weird. They turn without like moving their legs. Joel Bitonio's superhuman. Nothing wrong with this game, clearly. But let's see if we can beat a 9-8 or 8-9 team in the playoffs. They have the better overall, but we do beat them. Okay, cool. Now, what happens if you have a 9-8 team in the playoffs and you face a 9-8 team? Is that like the whole unstoppable force versus a movable object thing? Like, does the world implode on itself? Does the game crash? Does the rapture happen? What happens if like a 9-8 team faces a 9-8 team? Let's see. Did it happen? I guess there weren't any 9-8 teams in the playoffs, were there? I think there was like 1. Oh, can't see their records. I don't care enough to do that. Whatever. The Chiefs went 16-1 this year. Only a matter of time in real life. But we are going to be taking on the 12-5 Falcons again. Thankfully not 9-8 team, or 9-8 here, so they are beatable. Let's see if we can beat them here. My guess is no. Just kidding. We destroy them 35-17. Sounds good. We even get a couple upgrades. Jonathan Allen, Jamin Davis. And we are going to be taking on the Green Bay Packers in the conference championship. No scenarios here, so let's just simulate this out and we will see. Should we just get straight? Yeah, we'll just sit. No, we'll go one game. Let's see if we can move on to our first Super Bowl of the rebuild. No, we lose to the Packers. You hate to see it. And they go on to the Super Bowl just to lose to the Chiefs. It should have been us losing to the Chiefs. Should have been us. But let's see if we got any dev traits. I hope Jaden Daniels got one. He deserves one. I don't know if anyone else would have gotten one though. Maybe Deron Payne. But yeah, Jaden Daniels does get superstar. That's cool. I don't think we gained any others on offense, but that's not really surprising. And then on defense, Deron Payne didn't get one, but oh yeah, Forbes won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I just completely forgot about that. So that's cool. That's pretty huge. Not a scheme fit, but I guess he's close. But let's get into the offseason. Or well, no, we still have re-signings. Is there anyone important here? Brian Robinson, we'll check free agency. I mean, we might bring him back in free agency, but we'll just check it out. He's had his good years, but he hasn't been very consistent. I mean, he's put up good yardage numbers, but y'all heard what I said earlier. I don't need to repeat myself. Jeremy Chin, I definitely want back. He's been pretty good. Not interested, but he isn't that expensive. 5 years, 57 mil. That isn't too bad. He takes it. Cool. Forbes, 18 mil. I'm probably good. I think I said this in the 2023 redraft video I did, but I feel like he's pretty overhated. I feel like he just went against, like, quite literally the gauntlet of wide receivers. Like, he went against A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, both twice a year. Like, that's not great. I don't know. I didn't love the pick when they made it, and he definitely wasn't great as a rookie, but I don't know what you would expect necessarily. That isn't really something you want a rookie doing, especially at corner. But I don't think we're going to bring really any of these guys back. I mean, they're just depth. I guess Dorrance Armstrong isn't, but he hasn't done anything, so let's get into free agency. We're getting rid of our, like, Cowboys sloppy seconds here. I think that's the last of them, and hopefully they're good free agents. No. Well, they're decent ones, but Brian Robinson is the second best player in free agency, so that's unlucky. But let's see, how's Trey Benson doing? I mean, he doesn't have a dev trait, but not great. Okay, maybe this was a mistake. I thought free agency would be a little better in terms of running backs, but he's gonna go to the Giants too. Why is everyone I want going to division rivals? It's super fun. But let's see, we do need a right tackle. Oh, you already know what I'm doing. Zach Tom, I get him in like every rebuild I've ever done. 3 years, almost 60 mil. Done deal. Now we do definitely need a pass rusher. We need an edge rusher. Whenever I say edge, all the 12-year-olds in my comments, well, you already know what they say. But let's see. Oh yeah, Khalil Mack is crazy in this game. I mean, not crazy, but good for being only an 80 overall here. I don't know. I want someone younger. Call me Drake. I shouldn't make that connection and then say call me that. I don't want 35-year-old Khalil Mack though. God, this really is not a great free agent class. There aren't any good pass rushers that aren't, middle-aged, and then there isn't really a good running back. So, let's see if these two want to sign, Brian Robinson and Zach Tom. I doubt Brian Robinson will re-sign with us, but Zach Tom at least. Okay, they both sign, and yeah, we get Zach Tom. So we need a running back now, pretty desperately, honestly, because running back is very important in this game. Should we just go with Trey Benson? I mean, again, he doesn't have a dev trait, but he hasn't, like, at least stats-wise, or yards per carry-wise, he hasn't been that different from Brian Robinson. I don't know how you would do in a full starting season, but yeah, I don't really see another choice. I mean, I think he's going to be really good in real life, but here he just really hasn't been, but we'll sign him. He does sign, so not the most flashy free agent class, but it's good for, I guess it's not good. I'm trying to be positive, all right? It's something. I did what I could. That's what I'll say. But okay, here we pick at number 29, the worst pick we've had yet. The Lions have the number 1 pick here. Madden just hates the Lions. I don't know why, but the image of being a like 90 overall team and going 4-12, like 4-12-1, still haunts my nightmares a little bit when we were using the Lions, which go and watch that one if you want to witness me being in pain more than usual. But let's see, at number 29, you know what we want? Well, at least I think you do. We want a pass rusher. We've had good interior pressure. Frankie Louvu's been good at times, but like we had like Dorrance Armstrong had what, 2 sacks, and Lucas Van Ness had 1. So that's what we're drafting. Assuming there's anyone here. There were a few projected first to second round talents, so I'm hoping open. Okay, I see one, but I don't know how good he is. Dalton Shepard. Cam Stewart is still here. I focus scouted him. Byron Harrell or Harrell. Probably Harrell. I don't know. I don't care. And Shaquem Thurston, but I want a power rusher. I think that's our scheme. So who do I think is the best? Cam Stewart is 23, so it's already a negative. Not that fast, but he has good ratings. Really good ratings. Dalton Shepard, only 22. Same speed. And I think bench numbers. That's weird. He's less scouted, but he looks very, very similar. Weirdly similar. Is this the same player copy and pasted? That's really strange. I think Stewart's a little better. He has slightly better acceleration, well, not slightly better, just better acceleration. So I think I would lean with him, but Shepard is a year younger. And then how about Harrell? He looks good. I mean, we know what he is. He's first to second round talent, but it's just, do we think the others could be better? He's also weird. He's not that fast, but extremely strong, but he's not. Oh, he is almost 280. I thought I said 259. It's 279. Okay, he's like kind of a tweener type. He's almost a 3-4 defensive end. Interesting. But he's also not that good against the run. He has C block shed and C pursuit. This is a Madden player if I've ever seen one. Just makes no sense. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like Cam Stewart the most. Should go up in overall from outside linebacker to defensive end. I don't think he's great, let me say that, but I think he's decent, so we'll take him. Does have hidden dev, surprisingly, so that's cool. Only 80 speed, 80 strength is good. 88 acceleration, also good. We'll take it. He might be okay. But round 2, this is where I know what we want to do less. What a horrible way to phrase that. This is where I don't know what we want to do. We might just go with another power rusher, because, like, why not? I mean, well, I can tell you why not. They wouldn't see the field, but Cole Albury, he looks good. Lorenzo Tuck is kind of slow, but has good speed, great acceleration. Whatever. Looks pretty good. I don't know. This is tough. Again, I just hit my mic really hard. That was probably loud. But again, we have a lot of young players that we need to develop. We just need, like, better free agents. Ooh. Cecil Knighton. We don't need another receiver. He has really good, or not really, he has really bad awareness, but A spec catch, A medium route, A catching, elite acceleration. We just don't need another receiver. What do we need? What is a possible upgradable position? Like, is there anything we could possibly get here? Maybe a center. I might look at a center because he wasn't great last year. Maybe a corner. We kind of need a corner. Emmanuel Forbes still isn't a great overall. Let's see. Are there any like 80 plus overall centers here? Probably not. So we are going to go with Lorenzo Tuck, who is 6'4", by the way. Only 193 though. He's a twig, but good speed, great acceleration, elite jumping, despite having, again, 4.51 speed, so whatever. But B awareness, B zone, and he's listed as a man type with A to C man coverage, so I'm going to assume that's at least an A. Hopefully at least a C press. So we'll take him. Normal dev. I had hope that he would have hidden, but I think he's a pretty good overall. Maybe not amazing, but maybe like a 76, maybe a little higher. We'll see. Why are there so many good receivers this year? Damn. Great speed, elite acceleration, A deep route, B release, B catching. Probably A spec catch. He's only 5'8". Oh, this guy looks really good. Elijah Miller, 4 F ratings. Really good run after catch guy, but that's where the positives stop. All right, I'm just yapping. What do we want to do? Last pick I'm going to show for this draft. Let's go with a center. Just kidding. None of them look that good. Damn, this dude has A power moves, B tackle, but he's only a day 3 talent. This looks like one of those, like 5'11" defensive ends. Yeah, he has the poor strength too. That's weird. He's actually kind of tall though. All right, whatever. Let's just go with the receiver. We don't need a receiver, but we don't really need to draft much else. We'll go with Alex Bullock. Hidden dev, surprisingly. I spit everywhere. That was gross. But 95 speed, 97 excel sounds good. You always need a short king on the team. Builds character. But okay, here's how we did in the draft. Another decent one. We haven't really hit close to an 80 overall yet. I mean, no, I guess that receiver, what was he? He was a 78, so that's, you know, good. Close enough. This year was an all right draft. I mean, it's just rough picking, you know, at the very end of the draft in every round, or very end of each round. You know what I'm trying to say. Cam Stewart is all right. I mean, he's what I expected. I thought he would be about a 75. He was a 74 outside linebacker, went up to a 75. He's decent. 80 power moves, really good for a rookie. 80 strength, really good acceleration. He's good. Don't know how he's going to do as a rookie, but we'll see. And then Lorenzo Tuck, 77 overall, good corner. Alex Bullock, 76 overall, hidden dev, really good receiver. 82 deep route, 82 spec catch, 95 speed, of course. And then I made 2 more picks. We went with Matt Windsor. He looked ridiculous. He had like almost all A ratings, or no, I think it was like 2 Bs, 2 As, and he had elite speed. 90 speed, 85 tackle, 91 excel, 83 pursuit, 77 awareness for a rookie. That's insane. And then Mario Pippin's decent. He's about as good as I expected. Hidden dev, good tight end. So this was a good draft. We just didn't get anyone insanely good. I stumble over my words a lot and I don't know, stroke out a little bit. But there were some really good players here early. There was a really good guard. Probably would have been good to take him, but O-line isn't really a need anymore or even close to that. Chris Morris, number 1 pick to the Lions, 83 overall. Rare good tackle in Madden, 81 overall. Marcus Bates. I mean, I guess tackles really early in the draft are good sometimes, but wait, who was the one receiver we wanted to go with? There was a really good receiver right here in the second round, Justin Dawkins. But am I going to regret not going with that one receiver? I'm assuming he's going to be up here. It was Cecil Knighton, right? Yeah, I think so. He's good. He's whatever. The receiver we got later was better though. But let's get into year 4 and we will see how the team's looking. But okay, here we are heading into year 4 up to an 86 overall. Definitely a decent roster. Definitely not the best I've ever built, but we're good. We're all right. We should be an 88 plus at the end of the year, assuming we do well. Maybe an 89. I am a little worried about our defense though. I don't know why. I just don't have a good feeling about it. But our offense has been really good. Again, highly recommend the Commanders offensive playbook. I don't know if it's the best, but it's close. But we should have a really good offensive line, good receivers, good quarterback play. The only thing I'm worried about is our run game. We'll see. So let's get to the midseason point. That was really hard for me to say. I don't know why. Let's get to the midseason point and we will see how we are doing in, I think, the second to last year here. We've been good so far. Very good. Just no Super Bowls to show for it yet. If I had to guess, I would say we possibly won't get one, but we might as well try. Oh yeah, and again, be sure to go down in the comments if you haven't already and let me know which team I should do next. Either the Cowboys or Eagles. Each comment counts as a vote because that's the best way I can think to do it. So whichever one has the most comments, I will do next. Okay, well, I had a bad feeling for a reason. We're 2-5. Why? Now that we have a good roster. This game drives me insane. Holy shit. Why? And yeah, our defense is awful, but our offense is also bad. Why? Oh my god. It's not even Trey Benson. He's fine. Let me guess, the O-line. Yeah, Sam Cosme's awful. Joel LaPierre's awful. Joel Bitonio's doing well. We have 2 Joels. That's great. And yeah, our defense is horrible. You know what I forgot to do that might be screwing us over? I forgot to rearrange the specialists. I don't even know the last time I've forgotten to do this, but that sucks. I don't know how much of an impact it's even having though. I mean, it's honestly laid out pretty similar to how I would have it. Just I want to get Stewart more playing time. Yeah, I guess this isn't really the issue because this is how I would have this laid out. And this is mostly how I'd have this laid out. Okay, well, certified EA moment. I don't know what to say. We have some re-signings though. We are going to need to go hard in free agency. I don't really want Jahan Dotson back. I mean, I'm really trying to make enemies with Commanders fans. I don't really know why, but I thought Jahan Dotson was just okay as a rookie. Everyone was like, oh my god, he had 10 receiving touchdowns. He's amazing. I'm like, whatever. I don't like touchdowns as a stat unless it's a quarterback stat. And we saw what happened year 2. I mean, I think he'll be good this year in real life, but we'll see. But I don't really want anyone here back. Mikey Sainristil, that's fine. 4 years, 32. He takes it. But we don't really need Newton back. He's good, but we don't really need him. Luke McCaffrey, I didn't love that pick. Deron Payne, he's been really good. We'll go 3 years, 48 mil. He takes it. Somehow still hasn't gotten a superstar dev, but whatever. And then everyone else we will see at the end of the year. This is just depressing, man. I mean, of course, we build a good team finally, and we go 2-5 at the midseason. It's so rewarding to make a good team in Madden franchise, but EA doesn't care about it because it doesn't directly make them money like Mutt does. So, skill issue, I guess. I don't know. And we finished 7-10 with an 87 overall team. All right, let's see what went wrong. Who's getting cut? Who's getting traded? Who's getting sent to the gulag? Jaden Daniels was all right. Trey Benson was actually good, 1,300 yards. He was 0.1 yard per carry better than Brian Robinson, so we'll take it. 16 touchdowns. I just thought he was going to be horrible, so I'm pleasantly surprised. 1,150 yards for McLaurin, 9 touchdowns. Newman, 1,000 yards. Cool. Of course. Our O-line only make it better, and it does significantly worse randomly. Jamin Davis, 100 tackles, led the team. TFLs, 17 for Payne, 12 for Luvu and Allen, and then sacks, 7 for Payne. I'm in pain. 4.5 for Allen, 4 for Van Ness, a whole 3 for Cam Stewart as a rookie, and 1 for Frankie Luvu. Have I mentioned this game drives me insane enough times? Where Where did this come from? Why did everything just flip? But Cam Boston, 3 picks, 2 for Davis and Lassiter, and then 1 for a few players. If there's any video game, any game that can drive you insane the quickest, Madden franchise, at least simulating, might be one of them if you actually care. I mean, that's definitely debatable. I've played Overwatch before. But Brandon Ayuk wins his 15th Offensive Player of the Year. Love the diversity in this game. I'm going full complainer mode here. Trey Benson at number 6, so that was definitely a good signing. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Rashawn Gary. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Everett McIntyre. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Cam Stewart at number 9. I'm in pain. Shout out Fetty Wap, I guess. Maybe not. I think he's in prison or something. I don't know. But the Seahawks, I'll read it in this order. The Jaguars lose to the Seahawks 17-38. Let's go. Love that as a Seahawks fan. Also, I'm glad they beat the Jaguars. The Jaguars might be my least favorite team in franchise because they always upset us when we're in the playoffs whenever we play them. But we'll pick up the 5th year for Cam Boston. It doesn't matter because this is going to be the final year. And then everyone else, I think we're good to just let hit free agency. I mean, I don't really want any of these guys back. Kamari Lassiter got star dev, which is interesting. I guess we'll re-sign him, but what team even drafted him? I still just picture him as a Georgia corner. What team picked him? Oh, it was the Texans, right? I don't know. If you ask me where like 50% of the players in this draft got picked, like what team they went to, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know why. I just still picture like every player on their college team. It always takes me a while to like associate these players with a new team. I don't know why. I'm really yapping today. I apologize. But in free agency, if it isn't good, it isn't good. I mean, it's all right, but where's the first non-30-year-old player? It is 26-year-old Quinyon Mitchell. We don't need a corner. All right, we're going to need to trade for some players. We are going to go as hard as we can in free agency, but also what is like our weakest position? Definitely pass rush. So let's see who we're going to trade for there, because I don't think there was anyone good in free agency. No. Who's the best one? Is there anyone even like decent? What the hell? There's Larry Meredith, a 78 overall. Okay. There is Tyree Wilson, something. There's Chop Robinson, no dev trait here. And then Chen Nwosu is the best at an 81 overall. Okay. Who are we trading for? There's so much negativity in my heart. I apologize. We aren't exactly hope maxing over here. Can you blame me, though? That's the real question of the day. How about Myles Garrett? 22 sacks. Can't wait for him to get 4 once we trade for him. I don't think we can afford him, though. Okay, well, I didn't mean afford him like that. They accept the trade, but we can't accept it because it puts them over the salary. They must have just extended him. I mean, no, it says it saves you 15 mil, so you should be able to accept it, but whatever. Aiden Hutchinson, maybe? Okay, we are trading our 1st and 2nd round picks for Aiden Hutchinson. We'll see. I've had him in franchise before, and I've had times where he hasn't been great. If this is one of those times, I'm not going to be very happy because, again, we had a bad overall team, and we were making the playoffs at 12-5. We have a good overall team, and we went 7-10. What are we doing? On a positive note, though, I mean, Deron Payne got superstar dev. Finally, Jamin Davis got superstar dev. I don't think we got any dev traits on offense. Trey Benson didn't get star dev after having 1,300 yards. I mean, I know he wasn't crazy in terms of yards per carry, but still, I'm such a happy-pilled joy maxer today. None of those words are in the Bible. Let me restructure every deal on the team before I lose my mind. We are going to sign every free agent available in free agency if it kills me. But okay, here's what we're going to do in free agency. I wasn't kidding when I said we're going to sign as many players as possible. We're signing players whether we need them or not. We are going to be going for Cooper Kupp, Laramie Tunsil, Marcus Williams, Connor Williams, Quinyon Mitchell, and Chop Robinson. Are we losing a little bit of the realism here? Maybe, but I want the team to be good. Now, this might end up being one of the highest overall realistic rebuild teams I've ever had, just because we are going so crazy here, literally, and with the players we're signing. But yeah, we're just basically going as hard as possible because I think we need to. So we will see if these players sign. If we don't get Cooper Kupp, though, that wouldn't be great. I mean, it might be fine. I hope we do. Let's see how many of these players sign. So everyone signs except Chop Chop Robinson, and we don't get Cooper Kupp. We get Laramie Tunsil, Marcus Williams, Connor Williams, Quinion Mitchell. Who else reject? I'm going to find you. Okay, no. Only Cooper Kupp? I thought there was one more player. I guess not. Whatever. Oh, yeah, I guess it was Chop Robinson because he hasn't signed yet. But that's not great because we still kind of need a receiver. I mean, not necessarily, but we don't really have anyone that's super good in terms of overall. And both of the top two guys at receiver already signed, so don't know what I can do about that. But now we have a little more money to just spend on stuff we don't need. Also, I just want to put out there that we're paying Marcus Williams like 25 mil per year, 7 years, 175 mil. So that's fun. So let's also go for Tyjae Spears and Leonard Williams. I mean, we definitely don't need them, but let's see if we can sign all four of these guys. Okay, we get Spears and Robinson. We still have the lead for these two. Okay, we get Leonard Williams. I don't care about Nakobe Dean. Let's get to the draft and make one whole pick, because we trade one whole pick. That's not great. One pick. And, you know, we don't have our first or second round picks anymore. So I guess the draft doesn't really matter. I don't know. We'll see if there's anyone good. If not, then we'll just skip over it. But yeah, again, I just decided to skip over the draft. I made one pick, a receiver. Is he good? He had normal dev. No, he's not that good. I mean, he's fine. 74 overall, whatever. The CPU did nothing as per usual. Okay, safety. Might not even make the team. A running back. That's what we needed. Yeah, not a great draft, but to be fair, that's what happens when you don't have your first two picks. We should be really good heading in to the final year here. Why have there been so many insane guards here? Andrew Tongue? I know they made some changes, or at least I think they did, to draft classes, because I saw like a 26-year-old prospect a couple days ago, and I've never seen one of those before. But like, did they absolutely buff guards? Why? If they did, if that's the case, then why? I don't know. But okay, here we are heading into the final year, and we are good. We're an 89 overall. After the amount of free agents we signed, I thought we would be a little better, but we are good at least. 89 across the board, 89 offense, 89 defense. Definitely a good team, and I hope that we fixed all of our problems. You know, we should have a good pass rush, I think. I mean, you never know. And then our O-line, it should be maybe the best in the league. I mean, in real life, this would be the best in the league easily, like an average of an 87 overall for the starters. And still, it might be in terms of overall, but in terms of performance, it was so good before we actually made it good on paper, and then we made it good on paper, and it was horrible. So we'll see what happens, all right? But let's just get straight to the end of the year, and we will see how we do. We should do very well. And actually, let me check one more team. Where do we rank in terms of overall heading into the year? Just for reference on where we should finish in terms of overall. I doubt we're the best, but maybe like top 5? Maybe we are just the best. The Chiefs are also an 89, but we are tied for the best in terms of overall. Think we know what's gonna happen, and it's not having the best record. I can almost promise that. But okay, here we are at the end of year number 4, and you know, trying to bring some of the positivity back, trying to bring the good vibes back in this rebuild. But before I reveal how we did in year number 4, if you haven't already, we're in year 5. But if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe. Again, 900 likes. Is that what I said? What did we hit on the last video? I didn't even check. The last two are at like about 800 each, so yeah, 900's a good goal, and you know, if we can hit that, it'll let me know y'all want to see the next one of these early. Again, let me know in the comments, Cowboys or Eagles, which one I should do next. Each comment counts as a vote. And trying to hit 10K by the end of the month, so be sure to subscribe. And also trying to hit 60K on the main channel, link in the description. If you like rebuilds, I do way more of them over there. But here's a look at the team at the end of the year, up to a 91 overall, so this went a lot better than I expected. Now, we broke the realism in the last year here, but it was kind of necessary. And in the final year, we finished 13-4 and made the playoffs. Oh no. We're going to be taking on the 9-8 San Francisco 49ers. Oh no. Why? These 9-8 teams out of here. God. But Jaden Daniels, his best year so far. Almost 4,300 yards, 42 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, and a 75 completion percentage. Damn. What a season. Again, highly recommend the Commanders' offensive playbook. Jaden Daniels really hasn't developed to be a crazy good overall. Like, an 89 would be really good in real life, but let me guess, that's probably 16th here for QBs. I promise you, I didn't check that before. I'm just the greatest ever. What can I say? The reason I know that is because I tuned down my QB sliders here, and I think it was a 90 would be ranked 20th by the end of year 5 in the last rebuild I did. So I guessed a little higher. I'm just a genius. I don't know what to tell you. But Trey Benson, what a signing that was. 1,450 yards, 4.2 per carry, 14 touchdowns. You know, the normal dev is ugly, but still, he's been very productive. I mean, to be fair, 342 carries, but at least an okay yards per carry average. Even Jaden Daniels did good in the run game. Terry McLaurin, 1,350 yards, 15 touchdowns, 800 yards for Bullock. Really not much outside of Terry McLaurin. The blocking, I didn't check it at the midseason, which was bold. I mean, we were doing well at the midseason, so I didn't want to mess with anything. And Santiago Peralta joins the all-castration team with 0 sacks. You love to see it. And then on defense, 109 tackles for Jamin Davis, TFLs, 20 for Jonathan Allen, 14 for Payne and Stewart, 12 for Aiden Hutchinson. And sacks, Aiden Hutchinson wasn't amazing in terms of sacks, but at least good. 11 for him, 6.5 for Allen and Payne. Really nothing outside of that. Cam Stewart is terrible, and he should be ashamed of himself. He should honestly retire right now. But we had 3 players with 2 picks, Greg Forbes, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cam Boston, and then 1 for 2 different players. So glad we paid Marcus Williams $25 million per year to get 1 interception. Awesome. Really? Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. Jaden Daniels at 3? I'm going to check Patrick Mahomes' stats after this. Kenneth Walker wins Offensive Player of the Year. Jaden Daniels at 6. Terry McLaurin at 8. Trey Benson at 9. Defensive Player of the Year, we can't escape Edward Stoutmire. Go away. Aiden Hutchinson at number 10. I'm sure he was like number 2 the year before. He just was cursed by joining a team that I'm usering. And then nobody up here for Offensive Rookie of the Year, obviously, and nobody up here for Defensive Rookie of the Year, so L. I'm scared of this game. Let's check out what Mahomes did and probably the fact that Jane Daniels was better. Okay, no, Mahomes was definitely better. 4,500 yards, 43 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, 74% completion percentage. Now, he wasn't as good in the run game, to be fair. I guess it wasn't that big of a difference, though. For some reason, I thought Jane Daniels had 700 yards rushing. Okay, Mahomes was better, sure. How about Lamar? 900 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground, 3,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 2 picks. Was that better? I mean, he had not many picks, but like, that's only 4,400 total yards. I guess 43 touchdowns, 2 picks. Jaden Daniels had 4,700 total yards, 46 touchdowns, and 6 picks. I don't know, whatever. Close enough. There's no point in trying to make sense of this game. Why do I even try? But I mean, we destroyed the Cowboys. That's a good thing. That's really hard to do in this game. We had a very good offense, as you would hope, and our defense was also good. Is there anything else I can do to stall? You know what? We'll just close this video out. Let's simulate this game against the 9-8 San Francisco 49ers. I will say one thing, we usually do beat the 49ers in the playoffs. Okay, and we do. We destroy them 35-14. We beat a 9-8 team. I didn't think it was possible. We did it. We broke the curse. And we have a few upgrades. I mean, Devontae Newman, that's really the only one that matters. Now up to an 88 overall, but we are going to be taking on our division rival, the New York Giants. No scenarios here, which is a little disappointing. I wish we had the playoff rivals. It doesn't look like they were particularly good this year, though. I mean, their defense was good, but their offense wasn't great. But let's see if we can beat the Giants in the divisional and move on to the conference championship. No. Why would we beat a worse overall team?